Star Wars has been a staple in worldwide cinema and culture for almost 50 years. That is because of the brilliance and perseverance of its creator, George Lucas, and the many others behind the scenes that put in the work to keep us entertained in the galaxy far, far away. In 1944, George Lucas was born in Modesto, California. In 1962, Lucas graduated from high school and enrolls at Modesto Junior College, where he studies anthropology, literature, and film. This goes on until 1965 when Lucas transfers to the University of Southern California's School of Cinematic Arts to pursue a degree in film production. 2 years later, in 1967, Lucas's first student film, THX 1138 4EB, is released and wins the National Student Film Festival. In 1971, Lucas directs his first feature film, THX 1138, the full and completed student film, which is not a commercial success but does earn him critical acclaim. Not too long after he gains recognition, Lucas begins writing a screenplay for a space opera he calls The Star Wars, drawing inspiration from classic films like Flash Gordon and The Hidden Fortress. In 1977, Star Wars is released in theaters and becomes a massive box office success, grossing over $775 million worldwide and winning numerous awards. The next installment would come in 1980 in the form of The Empire Strikes Back and also becomes a commercial and critical success. 3 years later, in 1983, Return of the Jedi, the third and final installment in the original Star Wars trilogy, is released to mixed reviews but still earns over $570 million worldwide. Keeping in mind the advancements in technology and the fact that he is about to make the prequel trilogy, Lucas makes a special edition of the original Star Wars trilogy in 1997, which includes new scenes and special effects. In 1999, Lucas releases the first movie of the prequel trilogy, The Phantom Menace. This movie would be the start of a pattern of sorts for the prequel series. Plagued by mixed reviews and negative opinions, the movie made a pretty penny, but not everyone was happy with the movie or the characters involved, i.e., Jar Jar Binks. In 2002, Attack of the Clones, the second installment in the prequel trilogy, is released to mixed reviews but still earns over $650 million worldwide. In 2005, Revenge of the Sith, the final installment in the prequel trilogy, is released to generally positive reviews and earns over $850 million worldwide. 7 years after the release of Revenge of the Sith in 2012, Lucas sells Lucasfilms, the production company behind Star Wars, to Disney for $4 billion, ending his day-to-day regular involvement in all things Star Wars. Almost immediately after buying Lucasfilm, Disney announces a new trilogy is coming, and in 2015, The Force Awakens, the first film in a new Star Wars sequel trilogy, is released and becomes a commercial and critical success. In 2017, The Last Jedi, the second installment in the sequel trilogy, is released to mixed reviews, but still earns over $1.3 billion worldwide. In 2019, The Rise of Skywalker, the final installment in the sequel trilogy, is released to mixed reviews, but still earns over $1 billion worldwide. Throughout his career, Lucas has been recognized as a pioneering filmmaker and a major influence on the science fiction genre. His creation of the Star Wars franchise has had a profound impact on popular culture, inspiring numerous spin-off films, television shows, novels, comic books, and video games, as well as a devoted fan base around the world. His contributions to the world of movie making have been significant. Some of these things include not only Star Wars, which released in the 70s and 80s, revolutionized the science fiction genre and introduced groundbreaking visual effects and sound design. Okay, no, we're cutting that part out. His contributions to the world of movie making don't stop at Star Wars. There have been many other notable creations and contributions. Alongside Star Wars, Indiana Jones was another franchise that George Lucas is known for creating. The first film in the series, Raiders of the Lost Ark, was released in 1981 and was a critical and commercial success. The series has since expanded to include three sequels, as well as a television series and numerous spin off novels and comic books. George Lucas also created Industrial Light and Magic, the special effects company, in 1975. ILM has since become one of the most important visual effects studios in the industry, working on numerous blockbuster films and pioneering groundbreaking technologies such as computer generated imagery and motion capture. And along with visual effects, he also created, well, not, he didn't create, along with major advancements in special effects, George Lucas also had a George Lucas also had many contributions to sound design in film. He co-founded the company THX Limited in 1983, which developed a set of standards for sound quality in movie theaters. He also worked closely with sound designer Ben Burtt on Star Wars films, pioneering technologies such as he also worked closely with sound designer Ben Burtt on the Star Wars films, pioneering techniques such as the lightsaber hum and the distinctive sounds of the R2D2 character. Overall, George Lucas's contributions to movie making have been significant and have had a lasting effect on the film industry. He has created some of the most beloved and iconic films of all time, and his pioneering work in visual effects and sound design has helped to shape the way movies are made today. Overall, George Lucas's contributions to movie making have been significant and have had a lasting impact on the film industry. He has created some of the most beloved and iconic films of all time, and his pioneering work in visual effects and sound design has helped to shape the way movies are made today. Although cinema is not the only thing he has made major contributions to. In 2020, Lucas was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in recognition of his contributions to the sport of basketball through his ownership of the Golden State Warriors. If you're like me, you did not realize that George Lucas was a part owner of the Golden State Warriors, a professional basketball team in the NBA. Lucas was a minority owner of the team from 1995 to 2010, and during that time, he played a significant role in the team's management and operations. Lucas was known for his commitment to building a strong team culture and investing in the development of the team's players and staff. He was also involved in the design of the team's new arena, the Chase Center, which opened in 2019 and is considered one of the most state-of-the-art venues in the NBA. In addition to his ownership of the Warriors, Lucas has also been involved in various charitable initiatives related to basketball. So there you have it. George Lucas, the man behind Star Wars, was a cinema pioneer. And while not everyone may find all of his movies to be spectacular, you cannot deny that the visual effects, ideas, and the execution of those ideas are. He cannot be defined by just Star Wars. He is an avid basketball fan who has supported and affected the sport in more ways than one and is a good supporter of youth sports as well. So that has been George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars.